Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Wisdom Artificial Intelligence. So today is August 8th, and I'm here in New York City recording this from the Rockefeller Plaza. You can see the fountain behind me. Yesterday, for those of you who tune into my daily dose of Rashmi, when I recorded it, I was at the LaGuardia airport getting ready to fly onwards to Boston. And by the time, as I had shared already, my flight from Paris to Boston had been cancelled. And then that diverted me to JFK. And then the flight from JFK to Boston got cancelled. So they put me on a flight from LaGuardia to Boston and getting ready to board the flight from LaGuardia. Then turns out that flight also got cancelled. So eventually I decided I'm just going to spend night in New York City and take the train today. So that's how I am still in New York City. And in a way, whatever's happened over the last day and a half through my travel experience is fairly apt for today's dose of Rashmi, as is usually the case. So today's dose of Rashmi is integrated intelligence is the awareness of the limitation of you as an individual while realizing the power of collective aligned action towards what we truly care for. So through my travel experience, it was fairly obvious that I, of course, don't control anything and I'm hardly in control of any of the travel experience. So what happens? And I could have very easily chosen to be frustrated about it. However, what I decided to approach it, what I keep talking about, there are no problems. They are only situations, and those could turn into opportunities. So through the travel experience, I realized the power of surrender and just going with the flow. And as I did that, overall, my travel experience has been reasonably positive. I get to spend a day here in New York City and then take the train, a fairly relaxed way to get to Boston. So overall, by the power of surrender and realizing the limitations that I have as an individual. At the same time, then trusting in the universe and believing in the collective aligned action of the various agents who helped me. And I've gotten some amazing experiences to write about. So stay tuned. The newsletter is likely going to be about this. And at the same time, I realized the power of actually paying attention to the signals that the universe gives you, talking about energy, frequency, and vibration, and then performing aligned action in the moment, in the now. So while I was in Paris and the first flight got cancelled, there was a thought that occurred to me. As some of you know, my co-creator Morgan, she is based in Europe. She's actually right now about a 2-hour train ride away from Paris. So when my first flight from Paris to Boston got cancelled, there was a thought that occurred to me and Morgan exchanged messages that maybe I should just get my bags out and take the train and go spend the weekend or at least today with her. And we've been working very closely together. So that would have been quite useful as well and would have been really great to see Morgan. So that was, in a way, the universe maybe giving me a signal that I could have chosen to act in that now and made a different decision. Not necessarily regretting the decision I made. Overall, it still ended up being an amazing travel experience. And I ended up spending this night in New York and now going to make my way over to Boston. However, this experience has definitely taught me about the limitations of any of us as an individual, yet the real power of collective aligned action towards what we truly care for. And every situation can easily become an opportunity and a pleasant experience if we do that. Thank you.